Good morning, all. Miracle Rising. Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Whew, I worked a double yesterday. I'm running on fumes. I'm tired. Ooh, I'm tired. Had a hard time falling asleep last night. I tell you what, it's crazy to see all this stuff from the Grammys. My gosh, Jelly Roll, have you gone and lost your mind? You lost your marbles. Not only does he look, I don't even know, but his response in reference to the deporting in ISIS, like, I can't even believe those words came out of his mouth. It was cringy to watch. These people are off their marbles. It's so evident to see it's evident to see that they have sold their souls. They're like, brink, not there. And then the Grammys and just, there's so many things that I have that I want to make videos and talk about that I've unpacked, but I just don't have time to do it today. Or I'll do it later on today. But anyways, so last night I worked at my second job, my department store job, and you won't believe who blew through. Who blew through? So that said company that I worked at for 8.5 years, they can't seem to just get their shit together. I tell you what, and I'll tell you, my community is fairly small, but I've worked there for well over a year, and it's not often I see previous coworkers, particularly not the previous human resources young lady that I dealt with. I ain't seen her in a hot minute. I ain't seen her once since all my emails disappeared. Since all that happened, I ain't seen her. And so it was funny. I'm standing there and I'm like, there ain't no way in heck that is her. And she was on her phone acting awkward as crap. I'm like, lady, I see your body language further than how you even acting. I don't even know why you're here, but since you're here, we're gonna walk this thing out. Because I told you guys last year, in the beginning of this year, I don't give a fuck. 0 fucks are given. 0 Fs, okay? 0. Those have been gone out the door, all right? And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her. She's on her phone. I know she feels my piercing eyes look at her. And I'm thinking, how are we going to handle this? Let's think about this. God. I'm talking to God in my head and I'm just looking at her. I'm just waiting for her to walk by me. Because she made an evident point not to look my way and not to say anything, but I was not going to let that happen. There was no way that was going to happen. I said, well, hello there, so-and-so. How you doing? She said, well, hey, I'm doing fantastic. Or I'm doing great. She said, how are you? I said, I'm doing great too. I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic. I said, I guess I'll see you on the other side. Huh? Toodaloo. Bye-bye. And it was just hilarious because it's like, when I said I'll see you on the other side, I don't know where that came from. That just came out of my mouth. I was like, dang, man, that's a little extra. But it got me thinking, it's one of those things, people know what they do. People know what they did. I know what they did. I dang sure know what they did. And I ain't gonna let nobody tell me that they didn't do it, because I know they did. And I know she's part of it. She's a human resources officer, and she couldn't quite conjure up an answer for an FMLA request. She couldn't quite figure that out. That was not something she was able to figure out. She kept manipulating, redirecting, and then same thing, it would be redirected to my boss, and then he wouldn't respond, but then he'd respond. There would be no response in his response. There was lies. And all these screenshots and all these emails corroborating this have just vanished from my phone. Now make that make sense. From my laptop. Things just don't vanish. You don't lose screenshots for nearly almost a year on your phone. Those things generally don't happen. Right? And seeing as I've seen it, it does happen. It has happened. Why? I worked for a company for 8.5 years and they couldn't quite figure out how FMLA works. They couldn't quite figure that out. That was a hard question for them. So human resources, that's what she was. And I made a few videos not too long ago, like the Ben's out there. Quit with your flying monkeys. Quit with your flying monkeys. Like, are we done yet? Are we done here? Like, when are you going to grow a pair and own it? Come see me yourself. But, you know, it makes sense to me because he sent his wife to do his dirty work. And she's like, okay. It's so crazy. So they couldn't figure out how to answer some FMLA questions. That was a difficult task for these people. And it's crazy to me because at that point, they had a good amount of businesses. They had a lot of businesses. So they're I'd venture to say they're pretty smart people to have all these businesses stacked on businesses, right? In all these different areas of the 50 states. I mean, they're pretty smart, intelligent people. I mean, they'll tell you how smart they are. Just ask them. You don't even have to ask them. They'll tell you anyways. All right. So they're smart people. They're smart people. But they couldn't quite figure out the questions regarding FMLA. And last night, the human resources lady came in to my department store. I ain't seen her since I wrote those emails. I ain't seen her. I don't even know the last time I saw her. And she just blew through. I was like, okay, you want to play? Let's play. And it's funny to me because I said to her, I'll see you on the other side. And I do not know where the heck that came from. You know, it just popped in my head, and it made me think that it's really interesting to me that we have people in this world that are ignorant enough to think that their actions here on earth at this very moment is not going to determine their trajectory of their afterlife. If they even go on to afterlife, if they live an eternal life. How do you not understand that? Particularly people that believe in God. Because if my memory serves me correctly, I think she was a very faithful person. If my memory, a lot of them are, which is so bonkers to me. I don't know how you can be a faithful person and attack someone and not do your job lawfully and to protect your employees, because that's what your title is, and you choose not to. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. I didn't get that memo, but yeah, see you on the other side. And it's one of those things, like, I want people to recognize that the only way for you to live a peaceful, happy life in your own skin is to not carry that dead skin. The dead skin being lies, being corruption, being greed, being power. Like, people wonder why I'm just a happy person. I live in my own world. I have a good time. I'm at peace. Because I am happy. I have a relationship with my God. I have a relationship with myself. I know exactly where I'm going. I know this is all temporary. I know He carries the strings for everything. It's not me, this is Him. I'm just merely a vessel for Him. And so I know that. I don't move in fear. I don't care what people think. Because if people have the audacity to judge you without having conversations with you, then their preconceived notations, their perceptions of you are null and void. They're null and void. They alleviate each other. They truthfully do. Straight up. If somebody judges you without having a conversation with you, but it's all hearsay, that says more about them, right? And if somebody does the most heinous activities to you unlawfully, illegally, and they know they did, and then they walk in this world as if they didn't do it, that is a huge problem. That is a huge problem. You see it right now with Epstein files. You see it right now with why would Trump want to hide that? Right? It's all coming unfolding. I've been saying this for years. This is just the beginning, and they all know it because they know God is real. They know God is real. And they know God is here. God has been here. God has been allowing all this to play out the way that it was supposed to. So people, the masses, would wake up the way that we are. I guarantee, I'm telling you. And there's people that aren't going to make it to the other side. And it's sad. When all it takes is the ability to have conversations, take accountability, quit throwing stones and hiding your hands. Quit pretending you didn't do what you did because it's evident you did. quit doing that. I'd start